Why hello you amazing beautiful people, and welcome back to another reaction video. So a while ago we checked out the Jessica Buchanan story and it was absolutely mind-blowing. It was a tale of, honestly, it's just a tale of freaking hope, I would say. Like someone just holding on and being so freaking strong, and the resilience of just someone's determination to just not let go. And then the incredible rescue operation that took place. I couldn't help but cry. It was such a powerful and moving story. And the #1 most recommended video on that video is this one right here, BOATLIFT. Every single comment pretty much recommended that I check out BOATLIFT, An Untold Tale of the 9/11 Resilience. Everyone has been telling me I need to react to this. I'm going into this blind again, as I do with all these reactions. If I've ever heard of them, I let you guys know beforehand. I don't know anything about this story. I've never heard of it. Just like Jessica Buchanan, this is completely new to me. So I'm very curious to see why you all want me to react to this story. And again, being completely honest, this is a blind reaction. So if I don't know things that you feel like I should know, I do apologize. But yeah, we're going into this one blind. Also, a huge shout out to Judd. Judd is helping me with a lot of these reactions. Judd is a YouTuber and a streamer. He's an absolutely lovely human being, and he helps me pick my country music reactions. He helps me pick videos like this. He's freaking wonderful. So please make sure you go subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Go check him out. He's freaking wonderful. And without more talking from me, let's jump into my first time ever reaction to BOATLIFT, An Untold Tale of 9/11 Resilience. I like that. Simple but true. Just do what you can. If you're in a position to help.
I thought I was watching a movie, Towering Inferno at first. And then I looked real close and I noticed it was the World Trade Center. I was compelled, because I'm a type of person that can't stand by and watch other people suffer. And to me, they were suffering. They wanted to get off the island. And there was no way for them to get off the island other than the water. And I had noticed when I was watching the television, I saw a lot of, the ferries going up into the slips and taking people off. I said, fine, we could do the same thing. I could take people on my boat, get in there, take them where they have to go. And that's what we did.
The music already feels really powerful. Do you know what I find? I don't know the word to say, amazing maybe, but I feel like that's just the wrong word to use in this situation. But I, for lack of a better word, what I find so intriguing maybe about the story of 9/11 is how, like, we all know the story. We all know what happened. But there's so much around it, so many people on the ground, so many rescue stories and people helping and things that just happened all over the city, all over America, that you just get told like this. I have no idea what this story is, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, just when you feel like you know the story, I wonder how many more stories are out there around that tragic day that we just don't know about, or that I don't know about, but you guys know about. Because this is just another story about that day that, again, I have no idea. Amazing how many people came together to help. It really shows the unity of humanity in situations like this.
On the morning of September 11th,
Is that Tom
when the
Hanks?
towers came down, millions of people ran for safety. Hundreds of thousands of them ran south to the water's edge. That's when they realized that Manhattan is indeed an island and that they were trapped.
They were feeling helpless. And that's the worst feeling in the world. What was a person on the ground going to do? Buildings were down. There were people laying under the rubble of the building. Firemen, civilians. My wife was there, and I turned around. I says, I've got to go do something. Just like that. And she looked at me. She says, what are you going to do, you maniac? I says, I'm going to take the amberjack up into the city and help. She says, but what if they're attacked again? I says, well, then that's something I have to live with. I says, I have to do what I have to do. I says, and nobody can stop me right now. Even if I save one person or I rescue one person, that's one person less that will suffer and die.
What an amazing man. What an amazing man. like in that situation, could not give a damn about his own life. Couldn't be more selfless. What an incredible human being. Incredible.
They were trying to evacuate Manhattan because nobody knew what was going on. You know, you didn't know if something else was going to happen. It was just, you know, a madness on one side and wanting to help people on the other side.
They were just streaming out of the buildings, and the first mode of transportation they saw was a ferry boat. That's when they knew, this is how I'm getting out of here. So they didn't even care where the boat was going.
This is such a... I never even thought of this. I never even thought of people getting off the island. I never even thought about this. I never thought about the evacuation of New York or anything like that after this situation. It never even crossed my mind until today, which is crazy. I can't believe that something seems so obvious now, and I never even thought about, like, what after in the city.
There wasn't panic in New York.
Because no one knew what was coming next.
Just volume. It wasn't until the first building fell that there was panic.
You heard the building go down, but we're in the slip, so we can't see it.
You can't.
That's when we started letting go, and then all of a sudden, engulfed. You couldn't see anything.
It just doesn't feel
People
like
were
it's
actually
real,
jumping into the river and swimming out of Manhattan. Boats were very nearly running them over.
Wait.
These people wanted out of Manhattan no matter any way they could.
Somebody wants you to go over there.
Can't even believe
Every mode of transportation out of Manhattan was shut down. All the subways were shut. The tunnels were all closed. They closed the bridges. They closed everything immediately.
Boats, usually an afterthought in most New Yorkers' minds, were for the first time in over a century the only way in or out of Lower Manhattan.
Start evacuating people. Anybody can get over here. We're going to evacuate.
The process actually had already started. There were some boats that were grabbing people, that people were lined up at the walls.
On the left.
It's just human nature. You see people in distress on the seawall in Manhattan begging you to pick them up. You have to pick them up.
They didn't know what was going on. They seen the building getting hit with these two planes. As far as they was concerned, you know, we were being bombed. I was wondering if they were going to come on the boat, if they had people with bombs, or if they were going to come on. We're a big orange target in the middle of that harbor. My job is to keep the boat safe, my passengers safe, my crew safe.
Everybody was in shock, running around. They didn't want to leave their families. They had loved ones running around the city.
Anybody has a baby?
This is such weird conflicting emotions watching something like this, isn't it? Because on one hand, you're just heartbroken that this, like I said, it doesn't feel like a true story. You know, it doesn't, but it is. It's a horrifying true story that wasn't even long ago, and it's so weird. But on the other hand, you're just like, your heart just warms at the kindness of human nature protecting and rescuing these people. Such a weird mix of emotions, isn't it? Like watching something like this.
Nobody has it.
There was one guy ran from the apron and jumped onto the boat. He grabbed onto the metal, climbed up right next to the pilot. So I'm going out there to say something. He slides down to the next deck. So the deckhands get him and go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm jumping for my life. So, you know, you couldn't argue with him there.
There was a small boat that was at the lower tip of Manhattan. I thought the boat was going to flip over because so many people were trying to get on. And as I looked behind, they were just 10 deep. And that's kind of what gave us the idea.
We decided that this has to get better organized and we better do it, and that's what we did.
So we decided to make the call on the radio. All available boats. This is the United States Coast Guard aboard the pilot boat in New York. Anyone want to help with the evacuation of Lower Manhattan? Report to Governor's Island.
When that call came on the radio, they were coming.
I was uncertain of who was going to respond. About 15, 20 minutes later, there are just boats all across the horizon.
Literally 100 targets converging on the lower part of Manhattan.
When we came out of that dust cloud, tugboats, I've never seen so many tugboats all at once.
There was just like a fleet of tugboats headed to Manhattan.
If it floated and it could get there, it got there.
All different size, shapes, and forms. I mean, and they were zooming across this water.
Ferries, private boats, party boats.
I worked on the water for 28 years. I've never seen that many boats come together at one time that fast. One radio call and it just came together just that fast.
Man, it's hard not to feel emotional. Like I said, it's so weird. It's like such a weird emotions to feel, you know? It's so sad and heartbreaking. But I'm sitting here crying at like the beauty of just people. You know, one call on the radio and all these people were just like, fuck our own lives. People need us. People need help. Let's go. How easy would it be to just sit back and be like, it's too dangerous. It's not safe. I can't do it. You know, I can't risk my own life. I'm just seeing hundreds, thousands of people just putting their own life on the back burner. Just help people. It just melts your whole soul, you know? I don't know. I just feel this weird sense of just, like, I'm so proud of all those people. Amazing human beings. Amazing.
Hundreds of boats converged on the city, leaving the sun-bathed harbor behind them.
I swear that's Tom Hanks, isn't it?
The unknown.
That was something I won't forget. It was just low, dark, acrid, black smoke. It's like there was a big chimney in Manhattan. When we pulled into Pier 11, the dust was unbelievable.
And then out of nowhere, you just kept on seeing people coming.
They looked like zombies coming through the fog, and you knew that those were human beings.
Don't leave us. Please don't leave us here. Take us. At that point, the Coast Guard said, not how many people are you allowed, how many people can you fit?
Come on, guys. Anybody coming? Get your ass over here now. Now. Come on.
Boats started hanging, literally would take a bedsheet off a bunk and a can of spray paint and paint their destination on.
Some of these people never been in the water, never been on a boat before.
Housewives, workers that do windows. We had executives. And the thing that was the best, everyone helped everyone.
I want you to hold my hand. Come on board. Get inside. One at a time. Get inside.
I saw 4 businessmen lifting up an old woman with a seeing eye dog, a German Shepherd, and they lifted her up like a surfboard and passed her over the handrails.
When we would carry a load of people over, and there was somebody standing there that seen their husband or wife, you know, that made us feel even better, you know. Well, at least we got 2 back together, you know. Just keep on going, you know.
The guy that works at the ferry, he's a welder. His son was on my boat. He actually came up. He thanked me.
We went back and forth all day long, carrying boatloads, as many as our boat would hold. And it was a lot of people. A lot of people.
I feel like there's such an amazing message to be taken away from this. That if you are ever in a situation where you can help someone, just do it. Just help. Be like these men and women and people all out there. These amazing human beings. Just putting their lives setting their lives up as forfeit. Just to help people. You know? What inspirational human beings. What role models for the rest of the world to follow. These wonderful souls. just incredible. So brave. It's so brave.
You couldn't have planned nothing to happen that fast, that quick.
No training. This was just people doing what they had to do that day.
You forget all about what you're supposed to do, what they teach you in school, and you say, you know what? Morally, this is the right way to go, and deep down, this is what I'm gonna do.
Average people, they stepped up when they needed to. They showed me, when the American people need to come together and pull together, they will do it.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
I'm honored that I was part of it.
You should.
The greatest thing I ever did with my life.
You should. You all should. You're heroes.
The Great Boat Lift of 9/11 became the largest sea evacuation in history. Larger than the evacuation of Dunkirk in World War II, where 339,000 British and French soldiers were rescued over the course of 9 days. On 9/11, nearly 500,000 civilians were rescued from Manhattan by boat. It took less than 9 hours.
All those people coming together. How many boats must have answered that call to make that
I believe
happen?
somebody has a little hero in them. You gotta look in. And it's in there. It'll come out. It need to be.
I have one theory in life. I never want to say the word I should have. If I do it and I fail, I tried. If I do it and I succeed, better for me. And I tell my children the
fucking
same
love this
thing.
man.
Never go through life saying you should have. If you want to do something, you do it.
What a legend of a human. It was Tom Hanks. What a legend. Oh. Oh, an incredible human being. I'm gonna let the credits play. What incredible. What incredible human beings. When I clicked on the video, I noticed one comment at the top. I wanted to read some of the comments on the video. 12 years ago this came out. Captain of Amberjack V, Vincent Ardolino, is that how I say his name? Passed away on August 25th, 2018. Thanks to this documentary, your actions will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, unsung hero. I was one of the people rescued by the Amberjack. I felt terrible when I heard the captain passed away. I always wanted to thank him for saving me. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't even know this was a thing. I had no clue. No clue. I never knew that there was this New York boat lift, and now I'm watching this video. I can't believe how obvious it seems. You know? Because it seems so obvious. The city was in turmoil. Everyone was terrified. No, I can imagine no one knew if this was a one-off thing, if more attacks were coming, if the whole city wasn't going to be leveled. Like, no one would know. So it makes complete sense for everyone to be evacuated. And until today, I never even thought of that. I apologize if people are upset by that. It's true. I don't know why. I never even thought of what would come after. Well, I'm so glad I do now. The amount of ships and boats that must have turned up to be able to rescue 500,000 people in 9 hours. That is the true amazingness of this story through my eyes. The fact that that call went out and enough people answered that they were able to do something like that in that amount of time, that is incredible. 500,000 people in 9 hours by boat. What an incredible display of humanity. What wonderful, beautiful role models. What incredibly stunning human beings. What brave souls to get that call and to immediately answer it. I'm ashamed to say I don't everyone says there's a little hero inside of them. I listen to this story and I'm a father of 2 and I'm ashamed to say, like, I say this when I think about like soldiers and stuff. It's like I don't know if I'm ever brave enough to do something like that, and I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm one of these people who believes in honesty first, and I wouldn't ever I do my best to never lie. I believe in being honest, and yeah, I can't imagine the bravery it must take to be able to do something like that. The admiration I have for those people, amazing, incredible human beings. A story I didn't even know, and it seems like such a huge story. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say, guys. This one's weird. On one hand, I'm just heartbroken. On the other hand, I'm so just like heart lifted. How weird. How weird. I guess I'll just end saying to anyone who suffered a loss or who was affected by 9/11, I'm just sorry. I'm really sorry you had to go through something like that. Your family had to, and I'm just sorry. I'll leave a link to this video in the description, so please go check it out. Thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing day. And as always, if there's any other videos you want me to react to, put them in the comment section as well. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next